All right, we have more sound from the Tua press conference. We'll get to it in just a minute. But Donnie Wahlberg has arrived here, and the NBA Finals tip off tonight in Boston. And Donnie might be the most legit celebrity fan out there. He is a Celtics fan. He's very excited for tonight. Donnie, where are you sitting tonight? Courtside, right? Of course, right?
I will be sitting courtside. Yeah, I'm currently sitting in my dressing room at Blue Bloods. We're about to film our family dinner scene, one of the last few that we're going to do. But I'm going to go from here straight to the game, courtside. I think my brother Mark's going tonight. I'm going to try to make sure he stays beyond halftime. And yeah, we're going to have a great time.
How many times does he make it past halftime?
You know, he's a busy guy. We'll just leave it at that. I think he'll have to make it tonight because Boston hasn't forgiven him for leaving the Super Bowl at halftime. So they're not going to let him leave tonight.
Wait, how does this work? Does he just swoop in for the finals? Has he been to a game this year?
I don't think he's been to a game.
Wow.
I hold it down for the family throughout the season and through the early rounds in the playoffs, and then he comes in for the finals, and because we need the extra mojo. That's all. I will put it at that. He's just bringing some extra mojo tonight.
Is your brother a fake fan, or is that putting it too strongly?
No, I think he's a real fan. I think he just look. We're busy. He lives in the West Coast. I work in New York. It's a lot easier for me to zip up to games a lot, and I bleed green. I think all Bostonians do, but my energy is just different. I've been diehard with the Celtics from day one. I love going to road games. I love going to every game I can. I still think of being able to go to a game as like one of the biggest thrills of my life. My band still tours and plays the same arenas that a lot of these games are played in. And I am to the Celtics as blockheads are to New Kids on the Block. Like, our fans are blockheads. Like, to me, I have no shame in my support of the Celtics. I love them. I'm a legit fan. I don't really question anyone else's legitimacy. I just go hard all season long. Preseason, regular season, early round playoffs. It doesn't matter to me. I'm thrilled to be able to walk into the building. I never dreamed I'd even be able to go to a Celtics game, never mind sit courtside.
Donnie, how do you feel about LeBron James and the Lakers trying to steal the headlines right before we tip off the NBA Finals? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I don't really see it that way.
I'm telling you, Donnie, that's what's happening, okay? He's trying to win the NBA Finals without playing in the NBA Finals.
You're down there in Miami. LeBron was down there for a while. You got more of an insight into that dynamic. I don't really, I think my thing is, like, I think LeBron is still one of the greats of the game right now. I think he's still great. I think, you could say LeBron is trying to get attention, but I would say, he's not the one on TV talking about it. Everyone else is talking about it, not him. So I could say it's a story, but it's only a story if everyone makes it a story. I think, like, 2 weeks ago during the other rounds of the playoffs, everyone was talking about his son, Bronny, and where he's going to go in the draft. I'm not a LeBron critic. I'm a Celtics fan. So obviously, I'm not like a LeBron guy, but I think, there's no greater example of who someone is than their kids. And Bronny seems like a great kid, and to me, that says a lot about LeBron and his wife and their family. And I go off that stuff more than what the media is talking about. And I don't mean any, offense to the fact that you guys have to cover these stories and stuff. I don't know. He seems like a great dad, and his son seems like a great kid. I wish them all luck, and I'm just glad he's not in the finals, and the Lakers aren't in the finals, and I'm glad my guys are in the finals.
That was very nice of you. Very, very kind of you. He injected himself into the finals. That's what I'm telling you. Like, that's what he did.
Yeah, he's still, no matter what, he still wields a lot of power.
You're right.
He's still a global superstar. He's certainly one of the biggest names and faces in the NBA. And, it's, it is what it is. He's LeBron. He's an all-time great. He's worthy of conversation to this day. So, kudos to him.
He is currently filming Blue Bloods, which is streaming on Paramount Plus. What do you have planned for Kyrie Irving, Donnie?
I go to the games, to Celtics games, to cheer for my guys, not to boo the other team.
I love it.
I loved Kyrie when he was in Boston. I wish he never left. But it's helped our team grow and become better. And I think our guys are now ready to go to the next level. And, I don't go there to heckle. I don't go to yell at the refs. I'm strictly there to support my guys. And, I think Kyrie would admit it. And I think he did the other day. And I think hopefully the fans would admit it. Too much hostility is not good. I think, we in Boston need to focus on supporting our guys and getting them over the hump, not heckling Kyrie Irving. I like Kyrie. I think he's a great player. And, I'm there to see my guys win. I want our guys to beat the Mavs, and I don't want to see Kyrie holding a trophy. But I have nothing against Kyrie, and I certainly don't want it to get messy at the games. Our team needs us to be the sixth man in the series and really inspire them and get them over the hump.
Donnie, tonight you go see your beloved team in the first game of the finals. In a week from now, on June 14th, New Kids open the summer tour. Can you compare the excitement of those two things? The nervousness, perhaps? Just what is your feeling going into tonight, and what's your feeling on stage in about a week?
You're asking if he's nervous on stage at this point?
Hey, look.
He might be. You never know.
No, I'll definitely 100% be more nervous tonight at the game. At tip-off, I'm going to be real nervous. My son will be with me. We're both really intense fans. Opening night of our tours is always, still to this day, after all these years, it's really exciting. It's a lot of fun. Our fans still scream like they did like in 1990 when we did the original Magic Summer Tour. And it never gets old. It never gets old for me to step on a stage and hear thousands of fans screaming to perform. That never gets old. It never gets old going to Celtics games as well. But I would just say, I guess what's different now is sort of like as players become veterans in the league, the more experience they get, the game slows down for them. Performing, whether it's on set on Blue Bloods or on a stage, it all slows down now. And I'm able to soak it in and be much more grateful, to take in the moments and to just move and pace myself better. Our concerts are like 2 hours of high energy. It's like playing an NBA game. We're running around, singing, jumping around, and putting out a lot of energy. So, it's fun now that it's slowed down and I can really take every moment in and just work it like a veteran as opposed to a young kid back in 1990 when we were running around like crazy people on stage.
You can get tickets at NKOTS.com. That's NKOTS.com.
Stugotz.
What was
NKOTB, New Kids, NKOTB.
Block.
Oh, you know what? I mean, there was a typo here. I'm sorry about that, Donnie.
There
was. How could I get that wrong? How could I get that wrong? I mean, there was a typo here. I'm telling either that or I can't see anymore, and I'm guessing I can't see anymore. So, Donnie, my apologies. But Donnie, listen, you have an issue here. I'm not certain you're aware of this. If your tour opens on June 14th, I believe there's an NBA Finals game. What are you going to do?
Uh-oh.
There is. It's going to be tough. Every time we go on tour, the Celtics or the Bruins. The Bruins have been in the Stanley Cup twice when we were on tour.
Not
and the
this
Celtics
year.
have been in the finals.
Not last year.
No, not this year. No, your guys are looking good this year.
Would you guys leave him alone? I mean, he already botched his promo. I mean, come on.
No. It's Stugotz, you can do no wrong in my eyes, man.
I
It's
love
all
you,
good.
man. Thank you, Donnie.
No, I think it's going to be brutal, but we keep a TV under the stage. So we have a dressing room under the stage.
Fire.
So we
Awesome.
literally,
Nice.
we have people sending us updates from the side of the stage. And also, New Kids on the Block fans, we have the best fans ever. They know how much we love the Celtics. They literally hold up their phones showing us scores. Like they'll be giving us updates. We did a concert last year during Game 6 against Miami, when Derek White hit the shot at the buzzer. And all the fans were watching their phones to give us updates. That's okay. You guys won Game 7. Don't feel bad about that. But the fans were giving us updates, and we're on the stage, and fans were holding up their phones, and half the fans had a thumbs up, and half the fans had a thumbs down because they were reviewing the play, so nobody knew what happened. And literally, like, no one's even watching us perform. They're all waiting to tell us on stage what the result of the game was. It was incredible. And when they won, of course, the whole place erupted in cheers. And I'm sure that'll happen this year on tour. But I'm gonna hopefully make 2 games, possibly 3, but I don't know if it's gonna go more than 5. So I don't know how many I'm gonna be able to make.
Donnie, I'm a big sneakerhead. Can you tell me the story of how you guys got a Jordan 4 Wahlberg edition?
Great question.
I'm not sure how it happened. I think my brother Mark was hanging out playing golf with Michael Jordan at the time or something, and the conversation came up. I know this. When you see that shoe with like a $50,000 price tag, I don't buy it. I think there were only a few pairs made. I don't think they really cost that much. Sorry, my camera. I just can't seem to get myself in the center of the shot here.
You're fine, Donnie.
I'm not sure how they showed up, but I'll only say a funny story. My son Elijah, who's a diehard Celtics fan, he goes to a lot of the games with me. He had a pair of those. He still has a pair. I don't even have my pair. My son has a pair of those. He wore them to a Celtics game when Kyrie was there. We were in Chicago sitting next to the Celtics bench, and Kyrie looked over and he said, "Those are cool. You must know someone." And my son said, "Yeah, my dad."
So wait, you don't even have a pair of shoes that have your last name on them?
No, I didn't. I gave my pair to someone. My brother Mark actually gave his pair to my son for his birthday. We have like pairs like stored away, but a lot of them we gave to certain stores. They keep them in their stores and put like funny price tags on them that no one's ever going to pay that much money for those shoes. But it's fun to be, to walk into a Stadium Goods or something like that and see the shoe there with like a absurd price tag on it next to some other shoes that cost $500,000. It's pretty funny.
Donnie, there's a lot of narratives surrounding Jason Tatum and this group as they've sort of taken it step by step to get through to playing in the summertime.
That. They're hanging tough.
Hanging
tough.
They are hanging
Let
tough.
Them cook, Donnie. Let them cook.
And they play tonight against Dallas, but if they're able to take home this title, will you be able to say, you got it, the right stuff? Or, ultimately, will you just be telling Jason Tatum, I'll be loving you forever?
Well, I will be loving Jason Tatum
2 minutes.
and Jaylen Brown and the Celtics forever, win or lose. But I'm not into the narratives. I don't get where they've come from. I don't really understand. Like, first of all, Jaylen and Jason get along great, and they're great teammates. They both sacrificed a lot to buy into the team concept and to Joe Mazzulla's approach. I think they could both easily average 5 or 6 more points a game on another team if they weren't together. They really have altered their games for the better of the team. And I really think they support each other. I've been around the team a lot. They've always had a great rapport. But this narrative that Tatum doesn't come through in the clutch or these guys don't win the big games.
It's statistics that say that, no?
Oh boy.
Really? 50 points in a Game 7 against Philly, 46 in a Game 6 on the road against Milwaukee.
Tell him, Donnie.
Where was he late in the fourth quarter?
Tell him, Donnie. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'll give you last year in Game 7 against Miami. But, I think we get caught up in this narrative of like looking at the statistics, but let's look at all the statistics. Tatum's, a lot of the offense runs through him. He's averaging double digits in rebounds. He's doing other things in the game. He's defending guys. that typically he wouldn't, necessarily defend, and using his size advantage and his defense. He's doing so many other things. And this team has 5 guys starting on the floor who can put up 25 points. And a lot of times Jason Tatum's being doubled and looking for the open guy. He's getting the ball early in the shot clock and making a quick read, and passing the ball off to other people. He could just throw up threes all game if he wanted to. I think this reputation that the Celtics have of not finishing, I think they're ahead of schedule. Let's just put it that way.
I like it.
Most of the superstars in the league have won their first championship at the age 27. Michael Jordan, LeBron, KD, you go down the list. It's crazy how many players. Shaq, all these guys, they all broke through at 27. Tatum's not 27 yet. I think when Kyrie was with Boston and Gordon Hayward was there, we were expected to win a championship. It didn't happen. There were injuries. There were other issues happen. But nobody thought Jalen and Jason were going to be winning championships this soon. And suddenly they went from surprising everyone and overachieving to underachieving. Honestly, I think because of Game 7 last year against Miami. I think Miami to this day is an underrated team. The last few years of Miami, I think they're underrated. I think Bam is an underrated player. I think Jimmy Butler is underrated. I think styles make fights. I think Miami matches up really good with Boston, and they are always going to give us a tough time, but not this season. They didn't match up good with us. Jimmy or not, they didn't match up good with us. And I don't think Dallas matches up well with Boston. I think the Celtics are a tough matchup for Dallas. I think their strength is the backcourt play of Luka and Kyrie. One of our strengths is our defensive backcourt of Giroux and D. White. If Kristaps is healthy and can protect the rim, it's going to be a tough series for Dallas for sure. But I think the narrative that the Celtics, or specifically Tatum, aren't clutch is totally wrong. It's totally out of left field. And I think there's no division on the team. They're locked in, they're unified. And I think they're doing a great job of not buying into the hype and the media scrutiny. I think they play team ball. They're ready. They're focused. And I really think this is going to be their year.
Donnie, we'll get you out of here in just a second. I'm wondering, did you ever have a chance to meet Bill Walton? Do you have a story about Bill Walton? How does that work? Did you have a relationship?
I did meet Bill Walton. Yeah. A quick story. In 1986, when the Celtics won the championship, my high school was right on the corner where the parade route started. And first of all, I love Bill Walton anyway, just as a player, as a Celtic, and as a commentator, and as a human being. But my friends and I got to leave school early. Well, we snuck out of school to go to the parade. And so I got on my friend's shoulders and I high-fived Danny Ainge as the truck was going around the corner.
That a boy.
But then one of the other trucks was going by and I climbed on the back of it. And one of the security guys said, get down. And I said, I just want to say hi to Bill. And Bill Walton was just in front of him with his back to me. And he turned around and he said, let the kids stay. And he reached over and shook my hand and like high-fived me. And like, it was one of the greatest moments of my sporting fan life. I jumped down off the truck and just, it was such a kind thing because, a lot of people wouldn't even pay attention. They would just let the security guy push me off. And Bill was so enthused and so excited. And the kid in me, I'm only 16 at the time. The kid in me that climbed on that truck to see one of my heroes, in that moment connected to the kid in him. That kid, he would have probably done the same thing, is basically what I saw in him in that moment and what I remember about that moment. He loved seeing a kid who loved basketball and his team that much that he would climb up on the back of that truck, that he wanted to, celebrate in that moment with some random kid. And I wasn't Donnie Wahlberg of Blue Bloods or New Kids on the Block back then. He's a deadhead anyway. He probably didn't even like the New Kids. But I was just a nobody kid, and he took the time to to acknowledge me in one of the highest moments of his career. And that says a lot about that kid-like spirit that lived in him his entire life, all the way till the end. So much so that most of us didn't even know he had a health issue or anything, because he just never lost his enthusiasm and his love of life.
Check him out on Blue Bloods. It is streaming right now on Paramount Plus. New Kids on the Block is on tour. You can get your tickets at nkotb.com.
Stugotz, let's go, baby.
Quick game, Donnie, before we get you out of here. It's called a shot for your life, okay? Shot for your life. Yeah. You have to choose one of these two people to take a three-pointer, and if they hit it, you're living. If they miss it, you're dead. Sorry. All right? Bird or J.J. Redick? Who you going with?
Bird.
Okay, good.
Larry Bird.
You're living. Bird or Caitlin Clark?
Yeah. Right now?
Yeah.
At their current age?
No, primes. No. Primes.
Bird.
Okay. Bird. How about Bird or Steph?
That's a tough one.
I know.
But I got to go. In a close call, I'm going with Bird.
Okay. Last one. Bird or MJ?
Ooh. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with MJ.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Wow.
Because Bird would go with MJ.
That's a good answer, Donnie. That is a good, because the answer should always be Bird, but that's a great way of going with MJ. I like that.
Michael and Magic were both acknowledged by Bird in a way that, really elevated. Certainly Magic. The way Larry spoke about Magic and said Magic was the best he ever played against until Jordan came along. That made all of Boston respect Magic in a different way and be okay with, giving Magic his flowers ahead of Bird in the all-time greatness. But I think it would be hard to go against Larry in any situation. And I know people debate about the eras and the times and this and that. If Bird was playing now, forget about it, man. He'd average a triple-double and 40 points a game the way he shot the three. But, Steph's up there in shooting, and Jordan is just...
You chose the right guy. You chose the right guy. You have a show down here in West Palm Beach. Greg and I want backstage passes. Are we good? What do you think? Huh?
I would love to see you guys there.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Right. We'll make it happen. Pair of sneakers?
Not the green Wahlberg sneakers. I can give you something else.
Donnie, thank you so much for the time. Good luck with everything. Have fun tonight at the game, and give Kyrie some man. Come on. You're a Celtics fan.
Nah, man. The rest of the fans will do enough of that for me. I'm not doing it.
All right, Donnie. Good luck and have fun,
see
man.
You soon.
All right, we'll talk soon.
Thank you so much.
You got it.
Bye, guys.
See you.